Hey, we just arrived at the hotel and it's Caitlin's birthday and look what they've done. How good is that? Nice? Yes. Is the cake good?
It's okay.
Now we're about to explore. Let's go. You come with me. One of the most important tourist attractions in Hanoi is called Train Street, and this is an enclosed area with many different cafes that eventually has a train going past. We're waiting for the train to come. Hopefully we see the train. Oh yeah, we couldn't even find our way here. Our local like took us through a house or something to get us here. We're on the second floor of a restaurant on Train Street. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see the train that night, even though we were checking the schedule. However, we were very determined to see that train, so we went straight back there the next night.
They said it's coming in 15 minutes. They said that last night too.
How long were we here yesterday for?
Like 3 hours.
We were here for about 3 hours and we didn't see the train, so let's try again. Seeing the train come past in such a small area was extraordinary to witness, and it was definitely worth the wait. As we were taking it all in and about to leave Train Street, this happened. We were fortunate enough to see it twice after it didn't come the day before.
Okay.
We get to see it twice. I did not expect to see it a second time. That made up for yesterday. That made up for us missing it yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw it at the top level before, and now we've got to see it at the bottom. A couple of other things to do in Hanoi is to visit Old Quarter. We actually visited the lake and walked around it next to it. This lake is known as Hoi An Lake, and it has a couple of temples on it. Although the scenery was amazing, our energy just was not there because it was so hot. Even though the sun wasn't out, we were just not used to that level of humidity. And shortly after we witnessed everything, we tried to get cold drinks as soon as we could because it was that hot. And we also tried to find the tallest cafe that we could so that we could get a better view of the town and of the lake. But that's when it started to rain.
We just stepped on a puddle.
We didn't expect this weather, so this is a bit inconvenient, but it's pouring down buckets. You're stepping in it. What's your We ended up finding ourselves at the Note Cafe, and this is where you can write down a note and stick it anywhere on the wall or even ceiling.
How are you gonna put it up there?
This cafe has a good variety of drinks and snacks, and it was also fun to read everyone else's notes. And while you're at Old Quarter, don't forget to check out the nightlife because there is so much going on. There are so many markets, restaurants, and even bars that you won't even get to see them all because there's that many. Also, one last thing, if you're gonna try banh mi, get it from here because this place absolutely did it the best. And now for a 2-hour bus drive from Hanoi all the way to Ha Long Bay. We ended up doing a 2-night cruise, and honestly, this was the best part of the trip in my opinion. I almost wish we did it last because my dopamine levels were that high. Not only was the food amazing, but we also did a bunch of different activities. And even then, that was the tip of the iceberg. Just seeing all the islands together and all the boats, it seemed surreal. For the first day of the cruise, we went canoeing, and the nature here was just unforgettable with all the scenery. Even the oxygen felt pure. Doggy. We were also able to go swimming. Although it was very salty, the temperature of the water made it worth it. Look at all the yachts around. There's so many.
Oh, cruises. Wow. Cruise boats.
Yachts is a better word.
Yachts are small.
Now we're getting drinks. Happy hour.
Happy hour.
Happy hour. So in Vietnam, happy hour is every hour. But we also learned how to make spring rolls that went along with our buffet for dinner. As for the second day of the cruise, most of our group left because they only did a 1-night cruise, so we were put together with 2 other people and it pretty much felt like a private boat for the day. We left the cruise boat to get on a transportation boat which eventually took us to Cat Bar Island. This is where we got some bikes and were able to cycle a good portion of the island. Our guide was taking us to one of the traditional villages where he grew up, and there are a lot of good lookouts on the ride there. So we're doing a 4-kilometer bike ride on an island. And we're checking out some of the old traditional Vietnamese houses. And they got buffaloes out here, they got cows, there's goats. They even got like a duck farm.
Don't get too close.
These villages look like they were stuck in time. The locals had such a simplistic way of life with the way that they gathered food and built shelter out of clay and bamboo. After the ride back to the boat, we had lunch and headed our way to the Three Peaches Island. And pretty similar to the first day, we went canoeing and swimming again, but this boat had a higher balcony that we could jump off of. You got this. So we're on a cruise where there's like no one here. There's only one other group here and they're going canoeing. It feels like we're on a private boat. The water's so good.
Are there only one swimming?
After a few more jumps from the boat, we eventually joined the others with canoeing, and although it may look repetitive, I could never get sick of this.
I just want to sit here forever.
So do I.
I have to do all the kayaking because Caitlin's too tired.
That's a lie.
Not a lie.
Yeah, that is a lie.
Just because I've got all the power.
He does it better than me, to be honest.
3, 2, 1. Together, hand in hand. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Woo!
This is Lanha Bay. One of the amazing bay in the world.
My intrusive thoughts are getting to me. I want to jump off it, but I shall not. Happy hour number 2. That's the Blue Lagoon.
Look at this man.
Okay guys, bring extra sunscreen.
Larry the lobster. Look at your hands. He's got gloves on.
And as for the third day, it was time to head back to Hanoi. That's the end of the cruise. It's already finished. It went so quick because it was so good. But now, we're off to Sapa. We're off to the rice fields. I'm very excited. This was very good and it went so quick. So we just finished up in Ha Long Bay and now we're back in Hanoi. And we are officially homeless for one night. We're taking a cabin bus to Sapa and that's where all the rice fields are, so very exciting. It's her birthday and we're traveling from point A to point B.
Yeah.
How romantic. The overnight cabin bus from Hanoi all the way to Sapa was roughly 5 hours. And even though that we didn't get much sleep due to the bumpy roads and terrain, it was still worth the travel because Sapa was one of the best looking places I've seen in my life. And to add insult to injury, we had to get another 40-minute taxi ride to our next hotel, which was the Sapa Lodge. What time is it?
6 a.m.
And what time do we got to check in?
1 p.m.
We don't know what to do for like 7 hours.
Maybe we'll just sit here and look at the view for 6 hours.
So the reception's closed, but the restaurant's somehow open. So they said we could come here and chill out by the pool until check-in. As we were waiting by the infinity pool, I could not believe the size of this place. This lodge seamlessly fitted so well with the mountain. But after a few hours by the pool, it was eventually time to move into our room. And upon arrival, I already knew I should have booked more days here. So we're here at the Sapa Lodge. I'm so tired. They let us in early. We're meant to check in at 1, and right now they let us in at 9 a.m. We got here at 6, so we're gonna have a rest day today. Catch up on some sleep because we did not get any sleep on that cabin bus. It looks like a movie set. It looks fake. It does not look real at all. I keep saying I've never seen anything like this in my life, but I haven't. There's a couple of buffaloes on the hill. We're gonna catch up on some rest, but we'll be back.
Or maybe we'll just use today as a rest day.
I wonder how high we are. It's so far down. After getting some rest, we still decided to keep this day very minimal, and so the only place we went to was the local Sapa town. We did minimal exploring, but we ended the night with a good dinner. I thoroughly enjoyed the atmosphere of this area, and it looks even better in real life as opposed to these clips. And even though we got a day's rest, nothing could prepare us for what was to come. Breakfast. Tired?
I might die. Jack and I were really looking forward to trekking on this trip, but we had no idea what we were in for. We met up with some locals that took us around the beautiful rice fields, but we just could not keep up with their stamina. That being said, we still had a beautiful view of the bright green rice fields that looked so perfect they didn't even look real. After a long day of trekking, we decided to cool off in the incredible infinity pool. As it was our last day in Sapa, we decided to take in the views as much as possible before the sun went down.
Last time having breakfast before we go back to Hanoi. We're heading back to Hanoi to get a flight to Da Nang, but first we need a cabin bus again, except this time they put us together, and to say it was cramped was an understatement. And after our flight to Da Nang, we got a lift to Hoi An. So we have just got off the plane and now we are in Hoi An and we're gonna go exploring. Hoi An is an awesome city with old buildings and colourful lanterns. Their culture is popular for having a mix of different traditions from all around the world. This place gains most of its popularity at night, as the whole town lights up lanterns along the main river. There are many markets and stalls in Hoi An, and the vendors are very friendly.
The nightlife here is crazy. Everyone's out and about.
The scene is very active and has a cluster of entertainment, so much so that we got a boat ride down the river.
Make a wish.
With the aesthetics of the boats mixed in with the lanterns, gave off such a good ambience.
Life is literally a video game. You can do whatever you want. We're in a random alleyway in Vietnam with, what have we got here?
Banana crepe.
Just vibing.
We tried a coconut boat tour, and it combines the nature, culture, and relaxation of Hoi An. Our guide was blasting Mamma Mia on a Bluetooth speaker and was full of karaoke energy. He expertly pointed out all the infamous plants along the tour, and we also went crab fishing.
We're going crab fishing.
Okay, lower. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh,
Watch out, you just lost your girlfriend.
I got my ring.
The tour was superb and full of pure tranquility. Our hotel recommended that we should go and see a loon show. They said it was a circus, but after watching it, it was more of a musical. Nevertheless, the choreography was sensational.
So we just saw the loom show in Hoi An and holy shit. To say it was good is an understatement. It's pretty phenomenal. I really don't know how they managed to put all that together. It put everything I've seen in my life to shame.
They were also juggling at one stage and like throwing balls. I was like, how is no one dropping?
Yeah.
Not one.
We weren't allowed to film inside, but I definitely recommend go seeing that.
We're now traveling back to Da Nang, and this is where we're going to spend the last few nights in Vietnam.
So we've just left Hoi An and now we're in Da Nang. And if you're wondering where Caitlin is, she's got some kind of food poisoning. So she is going to rest up in the hotel room for a bit while I'm going to go explore. And yeah, I'm at the Dragon Bridge. That's the tail, so I'm going to go to the other side and check that out.
The Dragon Bridge grabbed my attention straight away with how it stood out. It spanned across the main river and had bright colourful lights. As for the next day, Caitlin was feeling much better and we decided to make a day trip to Marble Mountain. Marble Mountain is a combination of 5 marble and limestone hills that rise dramatically on a flat landscape. We were so hot due to the sun, but as soon as we stepped into one of the caves, it was immediately cool and refreshing. As we got our breath back, we made our way to the top of the mountain and the view was incredible.
I'm not going to lie, it's pretty hot up here, but it's an amazing view. I want to jump in the water.
There are also many different temples that hold significant culture and religious beliefs to the locals here.
What did we find out today?
Oh, the dragon actually breathes fire or water.
Yeah.
Only on the weekend though, so we're going to miss it. We're not going to be here on time.
In relation to the final day of being in Vietnam, we made our way to Banana Hills.
You know Banana Hills?
To start off, we took a really long gondola ride, but the views were too good to make us bored. We eventually got to the Golden Bridge and it was crowded with people. I loved the architecture and I could still not believe that this was real. The entire bridge shows an amazing panoramic view throughout the entire platform. Now a lot of people go to Banana Hills for the Golden Bridge, but it also offers a theme park, which consists of amusement rides, cultural performances, and majestic gardens.
Keep going. Keep going.
Also, if you're going to come here, get one of the maps, because this place is so huge that we ended up walking in circles for a few times. In the end though, we ultimately found the
Alpine coaster.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Is that what we came here for?
Yep.
This ride was so good that we actually did it a few more times, but we also got in trouble for filming on the track.
The theme park's so big that we're lost and it's raining. There's no one on the bridge because it's raining now. So it has come to an end. This is the last night in Da Nang, and more importantly, the last night in Vietnam. We got matching outfits for the last night, and we ended up on the beach out of everywhere. Anyway, this is a great experience. Everyone should do this.
Don't fall in the water.